It's been called iconic, it's been called charming, unforgettable, and cute of all things. It has also been crowned the best place in Texas to raise a family, been on the list for the top Texas hill country towns to live in, and has also cracked the top 10 in the top Texas towns for retirees. Boerne, Texas is a place that you are going to want to know all about, and we're going to get into everything right this second. All right, so let's start this off as a whole right here. So looking at where Boerne is even located. So San Antonio, you can see, big map right here. Boerne is located just northwest of San Antonio. Small little town, a little less than 20,000 people. I mean, you can see it's got enough going on. It's there's a decent amount of stuff within Boerne itself. So it's not like it's a super small town or anything. It's a good sized suburb. Um, Looking at why you would want to live here. So Boerne itself is an area that a lot of people move to for a lot of reasons. Like I mentioned, it's one of the best places to raise a family in the entire state of Texas. So reason being is that the schools are so highly rated, and just in general, the location is just so outstanding. I mean, you look at the commute to get down into San Antonio from Boerne, and here we are, a simple 35-minute drive to get all the way down into downtown San Antonio. And that's not even considering if you were to work on where some of the major employers are. So, for instance, we got UTSA, which is going to be right here. Valero is going to be right next to UTSA. USAA is right next to Valero, right in this area. I mean, and then you got all of those other businesses that are right along this I-10 corridor here. So it makes a super easy drive to get down into your job if you're living in Boerne and working out of San Antonio. Another big reason for the location is that if you were wanting to go up to Kerrville for the day or go to Fredericksburg, I mean it's quick, easy, hour or less drive to get to those places. And then even if you want to go to Austin from Boerne, we're looking at a little less than a couple hours drive. So you got a good weekend trip ahead of you. Also, kind of going back into location, if we want to go down to the coast, you can see we're not too far. So let's see what we are down to Corpus Christi, right? You're looking at a 2.5 hour drive to get down to the beach as well. So again, location here is hard to beat. The other biggest reason that we are talking about Boerne and why Boerne is the best place to raise a family in the entire state of Texas based off that list is that Boerne has outstanding schools. So Boerne schools are some of the hardest to beat as far as ratings go. So if you're looking at Boerne, so Boerne ISD, 94 out of 100 on their rating scale for the entire district. And each school, if you're looking at each school, look at this. There's only 2 in the entire district that are B rated, and both of those are high Bs, 87 and 89 respectively. So there is all kinds of different reasons why you'd want to move there. So the schools are outstanding. You don't have to worry about that whenever you're looking at public schools in Boerne. And like I mentioned too, it's a big or small town, so it's got everything you need. The HEB is located just right here, just off the highway, so easy to get to there. You also do have a Walmart that's easy to get to in town. And then to top it off, I mean, you're right on the front porch of the Texas Hill Country. So you're looking at this entire area here, Austin to San Antonio, and a little bit further north is going to be your Texas Hill Country. So you're right there at the cusp of everything. I mean, the views in Boerne are outstanding, especially to get some of these bigger acreage lots out on the edges of Boerne, Cordillera Ranch, and Tapatio Springs, and Bent Tree, and Sabinas Creek Ranch. A couple of those other ones are make for some outstanding neighborhoods that you can live in. Now let's talk about downtown Boerne. Why would you want to live in Boerne? Because of the downtown, because of all the restaurants, because of just the quaint little Texas charm that it has. Again, it's one of the top places for retirees in all of the state of Texas, so there's got to be something going on for it. It is a pretty popular tourist town, but not anywhere close to New Braunfels. I mean, you're not going to get just droves and droves of people coming through there on a daily basis like New Braunfels is. Boerne is a place that attracts people, locals to come, hang out downtown, go out to eat. They have car shows quite frequently. You have during Christmas time, which it is right now, you have Dickens on Main, which is a big Christmas festival. There's all kinds of different lights, Christmas lights that you can go look at, different ranches that have Christmas light displays that you can go see. So you got all that kind of stuff as well. But looking at downtown Boerne, so we're looking at Main Street, kind of starts right here. So this whole section right here is Cibolo Creek. So Cibolo Creek is it's not a big river or anything like that, but right in this area you do have the park that you can go and walk along the Cibolo Creek. It's good spot to go take the kids, go fish a little bit, and kind of hang out. And then on top of that, you actually kind of get sidetracked a little bit here, but Boerne Lake right here, I mean, Bernie Lake is an outstanding spot to go kayak. It is a super safe place because they don't allow motorized boats there, so it's very popular for kayakers, for paddleboarding. I do believe that you can camp over there as well. You can go over here to the Bernie Nature Preserve and kind of check all that out. But again, it is a really cool spot. But going back to downtown Bernie, I mean, we'll just kind of scroll through Main Street here. You can kind of see, so you have the Creek, which is a really outstanding fine dining place. Right here, Cibolo Creek Brewing Company. All kinds of different breweries and different little restaurants. 259 Brantley's, I've eaten there before. It's really, really good. You know, Black Rifle Coffee Company, good old classic American company. Cypress Grill is a big one too. Peggy's on the Green. I mean, you just go down the list. Shopping, you know, you got all these little boutiques, the Dinger Trading Company, and then, you know, you got all kinds of other different little places kind of all scattered through here. We zoom in even more and kind of see even the little small stuff too. A couple little barber shops, bookshops. You can see, I mean, there's all kinds of different stuff. And this is just the ones that are popping up here. There's even more than what it's showing. But anyway, so you got the downtown is just a really, really great place to be. Now looking at kind of the parks and stuff. I talked about Bernie Lake Park. I talked about Cibolo Creek right here. You also have the Cibolo Center for Nature Conservation. And then you also have a couple different caves that you can go check out. So Cascade Caverns is a really, really cool one. And then Cave Without a Name. See if it's even on here. Yep. Cave Without a Name. A little farther out of town. But that is a really cool one to go to. It's kind of similar to Natural Bridge Caverns. Not nearly as big. But they do some really cool stuff too. They have concerts in there sometime, like within the cave. So it's that's kind of cool to go check out. And then, of course, you know, big churches all over the place. And then you're close to some of the big churches in San Antonio as well. I'm not talking about some of the different places to live in Bernie. So Bernie is definitely a higher price area. It is not like in San Antonio where you can get in there with, you know, low 300s, mid 300s price point. You may occasionally find some in there, but the median price point there right now is $625,000. That's over the last 5 months. So you have a pretty good amount of higher priced homes up here. And even some of the smaller homes are a little bit more pricey just because of the desirability of being in Bernie. Now looking at some of the higher priced neighborhoods, you're going to be looking at like Esperanza and then Fair Oaks Ranch. So Esperanza is going to be right over off the east side of Bernie, really close to Bernie Champion High School, and it's also got its own elementary school in it. So here is where you're going to find Esperanza right here. Again, Esperanza is actually a pretty good mix. You have a decent amount of homes that are 400, 500,000 for the smaller homes, and then all the way up to over $1 million. And a really good thing about Esperanza, I just did a video on, is that they are actually getting ready to start building in the 55 and older community called, I think it's Regency at Esperanza, specifically built by Toll Brothers, going to have its own community center specifically for that 55 and older community. Really, really cool spot, outstanding amenities in there. Another great spot that's going to be a higher price point is going to be Fair Oaks Ranch. Now, Fair Oaks Ranch is going to be its own little community as well. It has its own incorporated town. It's got its own mayor, own country club and golf course that you can kind of see rolling right through here. All of the homes in this community are going to be high priced, even the small ones. Most of them are on half acre plus. You have a couple little neighborhoods that are, you know, tract home developments. Elkhorn Ridge, one right here, is one to look at for that. And then you also have Front Gate, which is I believe it's an Ashton Woods community right here. So that's another good spot to look at too for a little bit more affordable, smaller lots. But the majority of stuff in Fair Oaks Ranch is going to be half acre to 1 acre. And then the big kahuna, as we'll call it, is Cordillera Ranch. So Cordillera Ranch is a massive community, kind of goes through this whole entire area here. Clubs at Cordillera Ranch, as you can see right here. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous neighborhood. Very high dollar, multi-million-dollar homes in there. Some of the higher priced homes in all of the San Antonio area are in those neighborhoods right there. And you also have some affordable places though. So like Trails at Herf Ranch, which is right here, right next to Bernie Champion High School, which is right in this area. And then you also have up over here on I-10, you have Balcones Creek and Regent Park. I think Regent Park is going to be, I think, right in here. There we go. Okay, right there. And then Balcones Creek is going to be just south of there, a little further down. So we're right in here. See, Balcones Creek right there. So again, those are two affordable communities. You know, you can find stuff in the high 3s to all the way up to $1 million in these areas. And then Scenic Oaks is another area. It's kind of just south of here, but you start to get out of the Boerne ISD once you get any further south of Balcones Creek. Another good spot to look at is Lost Creek area, which is going to be right in this section here, just south of Fair Oaks Ranch. You're still in Boerne ISD. That is the southern tip of Boerne ISD, so that's as far down as you can go. Homes in there now are going to be a lot more affordable. You are going to find your $300,000 homes in that area. So if you're looking to be in Boerne ISD, be close to Boerne, that is the area to take a look at. Now, like I mentioned, Boerne, Texas is an outstanding place to live. One of the main reasons that people choose to live here is because of the beauty, the serenity, the things to do, and especially the schools. Now, if you are looking for learning more about Boerne and you kind of watch this video to do that, you want to check out these top 5 pros and cons video that I did. See what you think, let me know, and if you have any questions about Boerne, guys, let me know in the comments or reach out at any point in time. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one.